I've got a Goodwill Outlet thrift haul to share with you in today's video, and this is from my last couple of trips to the bins. So I've got a pretty good sized bag here of clothes that I will be selling on Poshmark and eBay, and I'm just gonna hop right in and share what I've been finding at the Goodwill Outlet lately. So first up is this pair of J. Crew chino shorts, and they are a size 12, great style, great size, great category, heading into the summer, and excellent condition. So I do think these will be a relatively quick flip. And it's funny how much I've been enjoying picking up J. Crew lately. I used to actually pass on it quite a bit, but it can perform very well and move pretty quickly and sell for a pretty good sale price. So it's a brand I've actually started to pick up a bit more and I've had pretty good luck with. This next one is a Patagonia men's shirt. It is a short sleeve button front or button down shirt with a really cool, I think it's a fly fishing print. I thought the organic cotton would help it sell, and I actually think men's size small items do pretty well. So I really do like to come across men's items that are a size small. I've had pretty good luck selling men's smalls for whatever reason. Then this is an Abercrombie and Fitch pair of short alls, or just a short sleeve jumpsuit. And it's kind of got a utility style going, so I did use that as a keyword. Size medium, and Abercrombie is definitely having a moment right now, so I have been picking it up if it's a good style and I'm at the Goodwill Outlet paying just a couple bucks for it. Can do pretty well, so it's a kind of unexpectedly good brand right now. Then this is my first time finding this brand, and it is Ferrity. It's a ribbed pullover turtleneck top, really beautiful emerald green color. This brand can do very well. I know it's pretty high retail price, and so I thought that I would give that one a shot, see how it does. Then a very tried and true brand, it is a Lululemon, and this is a pair of ready to Rulu joggers with a space dye or kind of a tie-dye print, elastic waist, drawstring to tighten, hand pockets, jogger style. So these will, I'm sure, move pretty quickly, great condition. Lululemon items usually do get a sweater shave from me. I usually will use my sweater shaver and just get all the pilling off, and that really helps to spruce them up. Then this is actually another new to me brand that I looked up, and the comparable sold price items were looking pretty good for this brand. So this is the tag. It's called IC Collection. It's a cowl neck pullover top, and I just listed this one yesterday. I am curious to see how long it takes to sell. Sometimes, you know, new brands, it's like you can tell that they sell for a good price, but you can't always tell if they will be a quicker flip or not. So I will be curious to see how that one does do. But it's a pretty expensive brand, so I was pretty keen on grabbing it to test it out. Then this is an Outdoor Research women's pullover hoodie, and this brand I have had such great luck with. It has a 100% sell-through rate for me, and every Outdoor Research item I have found has sold on eBay. So I'm wondering if this one will also sell on eBay, or if this time it'll sell on Poshmark. Doesn't really matter to me as long as it does sell, but from my experience that brand does sell pretty fast, so that is what I would expect for that one. Then this is a really cool one that I personally like, and it is a Casey Musgraves official merch crewneck sweatshirt. And Casey Musgraves is kind of like a country pop, I guess she's more country, but definitely kind of like a pop country singer. I really like her a lot, and thought this was a cool crew neck. So I don't really care how much I make for it, but I know someone will really like this and want it, and I will definitely be making a profit because it just cost me a couple bucks. So that was one I was just personally excited to find, kind of no matter how it ends up doing. This one's going to be hard for me to hold up and fully show, so I might try to pop up like a stock photo on the screen. But it is a Zara full zip trench coat or parka. It's a very fisherman style or aesthetic, which is why I wanted to grab it. The fisherman aesthetic is very on trend right now. So I did decide to grab this, even though I do leave a lot of Zara items behind, but I thought it was a good category and a really good style, pretty unique. It's like pretty much floor length. It's super long jacket. Well, it would be for me because I'm like 5'3", but yes, super long, super kind of like crinkly, and just that wrinkle look. But I think this is going to be a really good sale. I anticipate it being a good sale at least, and some Zara pieces have actually sold for quite a bit for me. So I would imagine something like that, that's a little more substantial, like a jacket and a very trendy one, should probably be a pretty quick flip and a decent sale price. Then another new to me brand, a lot of new to me brands lately. I've just been really looking into brands when I find them at the bins or whatever, and they look intriguing at all. I will give them a second look or look into them a little bit and do a little bit of research. So the brand is Journal Standard, and this is a pair of women's trousers. They are pleated, straight leg, mid-rise. I believe they are a wool blend, and I can't remember right now what I listed these at, but I am expecting them to sell for at least 40-50 bucks or more. So really excellent condition, great style, and please let me know if you've heard of that brand. I had never heard of that brand before, but I did see a lot of sold items on eBay and Poshmark by that brand, so do think it's going to be a good one. Then another new to me brand that I think at some point I've maybe heard another reseller or seen another reseller talk about. The brand kind of rang a bell, but I know I have never picked it up. So it's called Showpo. And again, the comps were looking really good. This is a floral mini dress with some short sleeves and a V-neck line. Really beautiful teal color. Great heading into the summer. And this one, again, I do think will do very well. I'm curious to see how it does. A lot of these are brands I've never sold before, so I can't say for sure how they will do, but I did do enough research to take a calculated risk, and the risk is low because I'm paying very little for these. So even if I end up selling them for a very low amount, I will still be left with a profit, which is probably the best thing about thrifting at the Goodwill Outlet. But the next couple items are some Gymshark shorts, excellent bread and butter brand for me. Gymshark, I really like selling their leggings and shorts in particular. So this one will do very well. I'm sure probably sell right around 20 bucks, but I would guess pretty quickly. And I'm hoping the same goes for this one. They have the, spello on the back, but I did realize actually later that they are a pair of leggings that were turned into shorts, this pair. So I'm curious if that will, prevent them from selling for a little while, or if the person who gets them doesn't really care, because they look pretty well cut and even and all that. So I will of course disclose that in the listing that they were cut, but either way, I do think those will do pretty well. If they are the same size, I'm going to bundle those, I think, but usually Gymshark has like the tag either on the inside leg or on the back, I think. I know it's usually on the inside leg, but a lot of times people cut it out because it's kind of an itchy spot for a tag. So these don't have sizes. I will measure them, but if they're the same size, I might just lot them together and sell them together. And then this is, I think I talked about in my last video how members only windbreakers are, for whatever reason, an item that just does really well for me that I seem to find semi-often. So this is another members only, and it's a collaboration with Nickelodeon. So who wouldn't love a Rugrats windbreaker jacket? I think this is super cute, very nostalgic, kidcore. I'll probably do some good keywords. Actually, maybe I already listed this, but I don't think I put nostalgic, so I might have to go back in and add that now that I'm saying that out loud. But that very well could sell right around 40 bucks. The last members only windbreaker I sold for 45, so that one probably will sell right around that same price point and should be left with a good profit. This one I love, absolutely love this dress. It's a Free People midi dress, very boho, peasant style, size small. Here is the Free People tag. And it kind of comes up as, I don't know if it looks more yellow or green on the screen. It's definitely a butter yellow color, but some of the pictures I took to get it listed actually looked a little bit green, so I'm curious how it's going to be looking on your end. But it is a yellow dress, super cute, should be pretty quick flip. Free People dresses I think can do very well, especially a good trendy style like that one. I would imagine that will do very well. This next one, I was actually surprised myself that I even picked it up because it's a very plain, simple item, but had enough going for it for me to want to pick it up. And it is J. Crew, but it's a 100% linen t-shirt, and it's really nice, lightweight, scoop neck, you know, rolled short sleeves, and it's in pristine, perfect condition, which, as you know, is a little tough to find sometimes with white items. So I was really happy to find a great condition J. Crew linen item. Linen does so well once it gets warmer out. It's a really nice material that people are willing to pay up a little bit for. So even for something simple like that, I would expect at least 25, maybe 30 bucks or so. But yeah, I don't know what it is about J. Crew lately. I'm just so into grabbing it. So next up is this pair of Viore shorts. They are some men's shorts, camo print, elastic waist, and here is that tag. This is really great brand to find, so should be a really good sale. And I do actually have a few items from these couple of thrift trips that did already sell, so I will share those at the end, what those were, because those were all three really fast flips, so I think they're definitely worth sharing. And then this is a Ganni bag. It's a patchwork belt bag or fanny pack crossbody bag. There is the brand. This is actually a really cute zipper right here too. And this is actually a pretty expensive brand. This one's a little bit worn and has, I think, like a little bit of a stain in the back. Overall, it's in good condition, but it certainly would sell for a bit more if it were in excellent condition. So I don't know, maybe like 30, 40 bucks or so. This brand seriously is actually quite expensive. So I know that retailed for a much higher price point than I'll be selling it at, but I do think it'll still be a good sale. And I know I used keywords like festival when getting that listed. I can't remember what other keywords, but I do remember using festival because I think that would be a perfect festival bag. All right, and then last from the thrift haul before I hop into the sales of the few items that already sold from this haul, this is a pair of Spanx leggings. And when it comes to Spanx at this point, I really am only picking up large or bigger. I'm really not going to pick up small, extra small, medium. They just don't really sell as well for me. So Spanx, it's going to be large, extra large, 2X. If I come across it, in order for me to pick it up, it would need to be a bigger size. But the last pair of Spanx leggings I sold for 25. So it's kind of the price point I am expecting for these. Should be a good semi-quick flip. It's not always a fast flip, but it doesn't always sit for a long time. So I think it should be a decently quick flip, but we shall see. All right, so then there were 3 items from this haul that did already sell, which is really great. They were very fast flips. So the first one was this pair of Viore Optimist men's shorts. They were corduroy with an elastic waist, and these sold for $30 on eBay very, very quickly. So Viore is pretty often a quick flip. Sometimes sells for more than other times depending on the category, but almost every single time it flips, I would say within a month, and this one sold within a week, so really great. And next was this Quince women's sweater, and the style was called Fisherman, and then the color was Eggplant, which I thought was very fitting. So this sold for $30.40 on eBay. Again, really, really quick, great brand to be on the lookout for, Quince, Q-U-I-N-C-E. Highly recommend being on the lookout for that. Then the last sale from this haul was this Jess and Jane women's tunic top, and I did pick this one up because I thought the picture on the front was really cool. It kind of reminded me of an art to wear sort of an item. So I wanted to look into it and just see if it were worth picking up. And this sold really fast within just a couple of days for $20 on Poshmark. So $2 into $20 very quickly is pretty solid in my opinion. The only place I could find this was on Amazon, so I don't know if this is an Amazon brand, but it was made in the USA, which is really what prompted me to look into it a little bit further. you know, aside from just liking the print, I usually won't just pick up something anymore just because I like it, unless it's for me. But if I'm gonna sell it, I wanna make sure it will sell, hopefully in a pretty quick turnaround time, and hopefully for a decent sale price. So I had listed it at 28 and then accepted an offer for 20 in like 2 days. I think it sold within 2 days. So very, very quick. Not necessarily a brand to be on the lookout for, but I do think it's a good reminder to look into something if it catches your attention and has, you know, something going for it to, you know, make you want to look into it more, or a reason somebody would find it desirable. And sometimes just an item being like a novelty kind of an item is reason enough to want to look into it a little bit more. So I'm very happy that I did. But that's it for this video. Thank you guys for watching, and please let me know down in the comments if there was anything from this haul that you definitely would have picked up or anything that you definitely would not have picked up. But thank you for watching. I hope you guys have a very good rest of your day, and I will see you in my next video.